So, and this is how you're going to see it on STAR. It's going to be multiple choice. So first off, one thing that you can do is you can graph number 1. So go ahead and put number 1 in the calculator. X squared plus 28x plus 196. So reminder on factoring, you're looking for what multiplies to give you the 196 and then what adds to give you the 28. So first thing you can do, if you notice, most of the answers are between 0 and between negative 20 and 20. So you can go to your window and you can change your x min and x max to negative 20 and 20. That way you can see your answers. You can see where it crosses the x-axis. So reminder of 0 is your x what? Intercept. Your x-intercept. It is also your solution. So even when you're solving for x or solving for a variable, you can put half of it in L1, the other half in L2, and find your solution. So number 1, if we graph it, how many solutions is it going to have? 3. How many x-intercepts does it have? 1. It's got 1. So it's going to have 1 solution. So, and is the solution negative or positive?
Negative.
Negative, and it's obviously not negative 98. It is negative what?
14.
Negative 14. Okay, and so tell me about the factor. So if you have x plus 14 squared, so that means x plus 14 times x plus 14. So if you set x plus 14 equal to 0, how would you solve it? The opposite of adding is subtracting. So that is why the factor is always opposite of the solution. So the factor is positive 14 and the solution is negative 14. So even though you've got 2 solutions, it's happening at the same time. So my answer is D. Okay, when you've got a coefficient in front, it's a little bit harder to factor. You have to do the slip and slide. So you do the 4 times 91, but we're not gonna go there. We're just gonna graph. So go to y equals and 4x squared. Let me clear it. 4x squared plus 40x plus 91. And I'm going to graph. So my 2 answers are positive or negative? Negative, okay? So let me show you how you can get the exact answer. So what must my answer be? A, B, C, or D? D, because both of them are negative and it's not 91. So go to second table set, and I talked to y'all about that earlier. We want to change the independent to what? To auto or ask? Ask. And then when you go to your table, it's blank. So you can put negative 7 divided by 2. And do we have a 0? That's when you have a 0, when you have an x-intercept. And then negative 13 divided by 2. And notice it takes that fraction and does what to it? Oops, other direction. It turns it into a decimal. Okay, so we can definitely see our answer. Okay. We are jumping to number 5. And I wanted to show you something about number 5 that is interesting. So, number 5, we don't have a coefficient in front of x squared, so you're looking for what multiplies to give you 91 and adds together to give you negative 20. But notice that the zeros for this one and this one are the what? Same. And then x minus 13 and x minus 7 are the same for here and here. Okay, so you have to be careful if you're only looking at one characteristic. If you're just looking at the zeros, you might pick the wrong one because you've got 2 of them with the same zeros. So what kind of numbers are going to multiply to give you 91 and add to give you a negative number? They both have to be negative. Okay, what's the opposite of a negative number? Positive. So what's my answer? Very good. The answer is A. So it cannot be C because they're not crossing. And again, you always, especially on STAR, graphic, just check your answers. If you check your answers, are you less likely to pick the wrong one? Yeah. So they're both positive, and of course I can go to my table set. I can put 13 in and 7 in, and I'm going to get a 0. If you don't, then it's not correct. So we know 13 and 7 is correct, but my factors also have to be both negative to add to the negative 20. And then of course I can put that in and that, and it'll be the same. And then don't forget, if you are just asked for the factor, if you had x minus 13 and x minus 7, what is the graph of those lines? What are they going to do? Cross at the what?
At the x-intercept.
At the x-intercept. So that's how you can check and see if you have a factor, if that's a correct factor. Very good. That is it.